I'm returning to the scenes of a crime against Land Rovers. Oh, I am gutted. I'm gutted. I'm going to show you what I did to this flipping Land Rover the other day, and today I'm going to try and sort a few things out because of it. Right, so I came down here the other day. Ooh, listen to that thunder. I came down here the other day to move that fence there, right? Just to set it all up. And I had all the stuff in the back of the Land Rover like I always do. Look, here's some fencing gear in here now. Right. What I didn't do is remember that I've got an implement by the gateway, a really old implement that's just been there for years. Anyway, I came round the bend and the first I knew was not quite like that, but noise, right? And I'm going to show you what I did. Oh, I am so gutted. This Land Rover has been with us at least 20 years. It's in pretty good nick, or it was, until I caved the door in. Have a look. Look at this. Look at that. So, you can see where I caught the implement there, and then as I went along, it pushed the door in, and it's bulging out the bottom now. And this is where I caught it. Look at that. Look, there's the Land Rover paint on the flipping wheel that doesn't move around. This cultivator, and there's a chain arrows there as well, stuck in here. This cultivator used to be in the corner of the hedge, and then when we had the fence put in there, we moved it out the way and we never moved it back, and I forgot that it's there. This is a horse-drawn cultivator. So, it's probably at least 100 years old, maybe more, and it's just been left there. But I forgot. And look at the consequences. Metal versus metal. That metal wins. That's solid cast iron, that's pressed aluminium, I think. Oh. So at some point, I don't know, I think I can take the door skin off. Or maybe I'll try and push it out a little bit. I don't know, I can't replace the door. There's no point in replacing it. How many Land Rovers do you see with knackered doors or dented winds? All of them. But ours was really tidy. It's not now. I can't believe I did that. Oh, I'm gutted. Right, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I thought I'd just pop in and show you that before I move this. I'm going to move this. I should have moved it before and it just got left, you know. It's just like one of those things you just think, oh, what? And it's in the way when I hedge trim anyway. But you sort of think, oh, I'll just leave it, it'll be all right. And then it's not all right, is it? So, bad luck comes in threes, doesn't it? I broke the bag of fertiliser. I popped a bale open and that went, and this is the third. I knackered the Land Rover door. So I'm going to go and get the loader, and what I'm going to do is, I wonder if I can put the loader forks through there and just lift it up. That's what I'm going to try and do. I think I could probably drive in with the loader forks carefully so I don't damage it, and just go straight up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and put it over by the rails over there so it's not in the way of a hedge. Gutting. Right, let's go and sort this out. the fact that there's this sort of little bit of history left on the farm. I've known that's been there all my life, but the thing is, it's like one of those things, what do you do with it? Well, I've got a plough in the lane already for sort of display, and there's no way I'd scrap that and get rid of it. There's no way I'm going to sell it. I don't want to get rid of the history, but there's only certain places you want to keep something like that. But I'm thinking actually putting it by these rails, it won't come to any harm there. There's no hedge trimmer. There's no reason to run against it. The cows might rub against it, but I don't think they'll damage it because it's already, well, it's very solid. And a few weeds might grow around it, but it's all right. So I'm going to put it along here by the rails that I was repairing the other day, down there. I'm not sure where. This side of the oak tree? Yeah, probably. I'm going to stick it by those rails there, I think. Wow. Right, let's have a look at this. Picky out the stingers. Look, this is where it's been on its side and that wheel's been in the ground. Look. Nature reclaiming it. God, these wheels are solid. Let's get that out of there. Let's get that out of there, look. That's a solid cast iron lump, that wheel. There's the dirt. So, let's have a look at it then. So this is horse drawn. Look at the engineering on it, it's all handmade, look. Look at the bolts on it. Big chunky things. There's a few like little attachments there, look, those, I'm not sure. Oh, that, look, that's on a screw thread there, so you could adjust the height of this wheel. And it's still got part of the draw thing on there, look. That's obviously to hitch onto the horse. There would be something in front of there. Look, it's even got that little metal ring still on it. And look, should be a pin in there. I don't know whether that's meant to slide along, like put it there or there. But that bit, I wonder if that's worn. No, it's probably too much wear in it. But this is all probably blacksmith made locally. There was a company called Savory's that made them ploughs in Thornbury. We got one, a Savory plough. So obviously would have had wooden handles on here at one point. This one's a bit bent. But so a man like me would have stood here. This is the farmer eye view, okay? And I hope you appreciate this because it's a bit of history on the farm. I would have stood here with like a wheelbarrow, hand there, with the horse in front of me, and that's like a cultivator, isn't it? It's like a, someone will tell me what these are. They're like furrows. Now I don't know what that is. Now could that be potato furrows, I wonder? It's almost like they're making two furrows, like a ridge and furrow type thing. Look, can you see that? It's not a plough. See, there's the, that's pre-rust. They're quite worn as well. They're sort of making a, I wonder, oh, and is it a weeder? It could be something for weeding perhaps. I mean, I don't know. If you put that between rows, would that pull the weeds out? It's in quite good nick actually, it's solid. Look at it. What a bit of history on the farm, eh? Well, I'm going to leave that there for now. There was a chain arrows over there as well. I'm going to put that out of the way. There's that pink lump of dirt there. I'm wondering whether to put that in my garden, because that would look quite good in a flower border, wouldn't it? It's quite funky. I've seen them where what they've done, they've made boxes that rest in here, and you put flower bedding plants in there. That would be quite nice. That's another idea, isn't it? Because it's almost like a little trough, isn't it? If you make some wooden boxes to go in there. Wow. Well, Every cloud, as they say. I mean, that you wouldn't have seen that if I hadn't hit that with a Land Rover. That would have been left in the field, in the corner. But I'll leave that there for now. I might move that later or do something else with it. I can't decide. But anyway, a little bit of history. A Land Rover smashed, and a little bit of history there for you all to see. Horse-drawn implement, at least 100 years old, could be more. Right, I've just actually, I wasn't going to do this, but I just thought I'd show you the chain arrows I've yanked out of the hedge as well. Presumably these are horse-drawn as well, probably blacksmith made. Look at them, they're a bit overgrown. I presume that these probably went behind that. Oh, they're on a hinge. I didn't realise they were on a hinge. Look. Look at this, all handmade, look. Forged. Very basic really, it's just a giant bolt, isn't it? That's a bolt with a screw thread on it going through there. And these are hinged in sections. Can't see it quite so well. So there's one, it's in two. Ah, right. Now, if you look at that, let me just look at it sideways on. That is more or less the width of that plough, isn't it? Although actually, look, it's got links there. Perhaps they joined. This is very interesting. Sorry. This is very interesting if you're like me and you like old stuff. I am old stuff. Because I wonder how it all went together. But, it's in, so these two bit, look, it's definitely, so you got a sort of frame that goes like that and there, comes down hinged on there. Presume that's hinged to folding up for transportation. But it seems to have these pigtails on here to join on. Presumably you could link those together with that. Yeah, that must be how they did it. I mean, it's got hook on there, but these are linked. So there's two there. Look at that. I'm not sure what to do with these. I wonder if I fold them up and put them down. If I fold them up, that one's a bit bent, I think. If I fold them up, I could put them down the side of that cultivator. It's almost like reuniting the friends. I don't want to separate them. If they were in that corner there, but they're going to get the hedge round them again. I'm going to take them back down to that and fold them up and put them back down by that cultivator. Right, let's have a look what we got here. We got two, so that one's, look, wow, that's still, see how that went over there like that? I'm amazed. The hinges are still good. I reckon what it is, there's so much slack in the hinges that they won't rust solid. When things are tight like this, they really rust. I bet if you tried undoing that, that would just shear off. But you see in that, there's a lot of play, isn't there? So it's possible to bend it. Is it bent? I can't see. It's got a, that won't quite shut as well as the other one. Yeah, you can see, look, I probably bent it when I moved it. Wouldn't take long to straighten that out. Wow. So fellas, let's go and do some ploughing. Harry wants to do some ploughing with a tractor. How about he ploughs the horse? Link it up to that. Well, it's not a plough, cultivator, whatever it is. Do some chain arrowing afterwards with this thing. Amazing. So which way is the folded way? That way. The spikes fold together on that one. So I reckon the spikes are meant to fold together on this one as well. Maybe you can see it's bent there, look. Look. Just needs straightening out, bit of heat on it probably. Oh. God, that's probably 100 years old or more as well. Wow. Wow. Right, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck it down the side of there somewhere for now. Listen to that thunder in the background. It's not too heavy actually, one hand, look. Put it down the side of there. This one, I don't know, I'll put that there as well somewhere. Right, so that won't hurt there for now. I've got to work out a plan what to do with those, but what a lovely piece of history that is, isn't it? Hey, what a lovely piece of history that is on the farm. So much of this stuff has just gone to the scrapyard. As you can imagine, you get to the end of the point of the horse era and you go, well, stick it in the stingers for now, we might need it one day. And then you wait 20 years and you realise the tractor's taken over and the horse is never coming back. And it's not vintage, it's just old. And you go, yeah, weigh it in, we'll get, I know, 3 and 6 for that, and they'll give me 2 bob for that. I have no idea what 2 bob is, by the way. I just know it's 3 and 6 and stuff. I am decimal man. I don't remember using pre-decimal coins. 3 and 6 and a tanner and all that stuff. But I mean, even now people weigh stuff like that in, because I have to look on eBay and see what that's worth. I don't expect it's worth thousands. Might be worth 100 quid, I don't know. But it's more historic rather than anything. I definitely don't want to get rid of that. What a result that is. It's lovely, isn't it, really? I just think... So, my dad told me the Shire horses on this farm left this farm in about 1952, I think it was. And before that, there used to be a ploughman in the village who used to come down and do the ploughing on the farm. I wish, you know, that's the things I miss a lot about my dad, as you well know. But I miss the kind of the continuation of the stories of what happened before, you know, before I was around. Because I can remember so far back, and then I've got a few stories my dad told me, but my dad would tell me more about that, because my dad was probably still around when that was being used. Because when my dad was a boy, there were 2 Shire horses here, and he did tell me the names of them, but again, I've forgotten what the names of those 2 Shire horses were. But it's like a little mini history lesson just stuffed in the corner of a field. How many farms have got the same? I bet there's, you know, plenty of you watching this, if you're on farm, have probably got a corner of a shed somewhere with some bit of kit like this. Maybe not as big as that, but you'll have a bit of an old milking parlour or a, you know, goodness knows what. Because it's what we do, isn't it, farmers? We put stuff in corners and sheds and stuff. We don't throw it out. We go, oh, might need that. Use the bits off that to make something else. And then it comes around, before you know it, it's been in the shed 50 years. That's what we're like, and that's what I know plenty of farmers like. Go to a farm sale, you'll always see those bits. A win one for a pivy. You'll always find a win one for a pivy. Right, this is the end. I have finished. That might be a project for the boys to paint that up sometime and put it in the garden. I don't know. I'll have to have with my brother, whether he'll be up for that. I don't know. Right, crack on everyone. Have a good day. I've had a nice day today. It has rained. And we've got this little bit of history out. Okay. Out with the old. And the newish takes over. There's the horse that's replaced the one with 4 legs. 95 horsepower.